Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? It is 9:25 and I am leaving my meeting. Tanya drove separately tonight because she had to pick up somebody to take to the meeting. But then somebody else took her home, so Tanya is driving behind me. We're going back to her house, and then we're gonna go get a fountain pop together. Had a good meeting tonight. Had a really, really good meeting tonight, and she's probably wondering why I'm going this way instead of the other way, but I think it's faster this way. Yeah, she's kind of sitting there like, why did you go that way? Because I think this way is faster, Tanya Jean. Anyway, had a great meeting tonight. Saw a lot of my friends, and yeah, I usually have to leave the house like early to go pick up Tanya, and tonight I got to leave later, and so I usually pick up Tanya at like 7:15, between 7:15 and 7:30, but tonight I didn't even get in the shower until 20 after 7, so I got to relax a little bit. And yeah, it was nice. It was a good day. Talked to the vet earlier today. This was the sad part of the day. So she is very concerned about Pee-Pee. She said that Pee-Pee does have kidney disease, and she called it cardio-renal disease. So I don't even know that I understand everything that she was telling me. She was telling me a lot. I was really upset earlier. Alex got really upset. And I said to her while I'm like talking to her on the phone, because Pee-Pee was out in the backyard and he was like rolling around in the grass, which he almost never does, and he just was having like the greatest day, and he seemed like full of spirit, and he was just, and I said, it's really hard for me to have this conversation, like knowing that he's like doing so well right now. And she said, well, this is the conversation that I want to be having, that he's doing well. She was like, we want to keep him like that as much as possible. So she wants to, she explained a lot about how the heart disease and the kidney disease, like she didn't know really which one came first and which one plays off the other. She said he will forever now, even if we like get some things under control, he will like drink water and have to go outside like immediately and potty, which has been how he's been for a while. But she said, it may not be from the diuretic, it may be from the kidney disease, we don't know. And so she's like, I really want to figure some things out. So first she wanted to change his medicine, or well, first of all, she's going to change his medicine. So she's taking him off the Lasix and she's putting him on another medicine. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember it. She called it into Costco. So she's going to see if it works for a while to reduce the cough. And it's less of it's a different kind of diuretic, but it's less than. And if that works, then we'll just keep him on that and get rid of the cough. And then if it doesn't work, she's going to combine that with the Lasix, is what she said. But we're going to start it and just see what happens with that. So I have to go get the medicine tomorrow. And then she also wants to change his food to make it more of a diet that's friendlier to, I guess, kidney disease. So she had like there's packages they have put together at the vet office. So I went and picked it up. It actually has a sticker on it that says renal food care kit or something, and it has like 8 different kinds of food in there. And then she said, I want you just to try these different foods with him and see which ones he likes, and then we'll fix his diet based on that. So Alex tried one of the cans tonight, and he has been so difficult about eating this last week, and it's like a stew. It's some special dog food that is just for dogs that have kidney disease. Pee-Pee ate it up like that, like immediately. I haven't seen him eat like that in a long time. So that was the first one. We've got to just keep on trying the different foods and see which ones he likes the best. But she said if he's eating, that's a really good sign. She was kind of telling me some things to look for. And then the third thing she wants to do is test his blood pressure. It's like a half-an-hour test, and we have to bring him in there. So the first time that she had available to bring him in was Friday. And the first time that like the testing worked out. So anyway, so I take him in there, and then a technician comes in and she runs this test on him. And if like the first time he's too nervous, it's like a really high reading, then she does it a second time, because sometimes she said the second time they're not as nervous as the first time. And then they take the best of the two scores. She said, but if he has a really good score the first time, then we'll just go with that. And she goes, I'm hoping that maybe his blood pressure is pretty normal. She said the fact that he's not really coughing a whole lot and that he is acting like he's pretty happy, she's like, I'm hopeful that maybe we're not too far, you know, in stages with this. I'm hoping so too, because it just makes me really sad. I just, you know, anyway. So that's where we're at least we have, you know, she said to me today, she said, he's in a really good place today. She was like, and he's enjoying life. She was like, take each day, you know, that you can and enjoy each day with him. And she's right, you know, and like Alex came home and he just got really, really upset when I was telling him the stuff. And I said, babe, I said, the vet told us to enjoy each day that we have with him, that he's enjoying each day. And when it gets bad, you know, we'll cross that bridge and deal with it when it gets bad, you know. And, I mean, she said to me on the phone today, she's like, that dog is a trooper. She was like, you know, he's done so well so far. She was like, so let's see, you know, how things go from here. She's so fantastic. They called me like 3 different times today to talk about 3 different things, with like the medication change, because then like the pharmacy was like, well, we only have this milliliter or this whatever, like, so we have to like quarter it if we're gonna do it. And she's like, or we can send it to an apothecary and they can turn it into a liquid. And then she was like wanting to check the food with me to make sure that I could, you know, come and get the food. And I went right over there and got the food immediately. And so he seems like he's doing okay today. We're just gonna have to take it day by day, you know. And she told me, she said, you know, Peter, because he may have had kidney disease for a while and has just been doing really well. She was like, it's kind of, you know, I can't really tell right now when I get the blood pressure results back. But the first thing out of her mouth, I mean, she's so direct. The first thing out of her mouth is she said, I looked at the urine sample. He does have kidney disease and I'm very concerned. And I was like, okay. And she doesn't beat around the bush. And I kind of appreciate that, you know, that she's just really, really direct about the whole situation. At least I don't have to, you know, wonder what's going on. She's not like, oh, it's going to be 3 years or something, you know. I said to her, I said, is there any kind of idea, like, what is the time limit on stuff like this? And she said, I'm not even going to speculate. She said, you know, I was wrong the last time. And she said, he could do really, really well on this new medication and the change of food. And she said, you know, it could change everything. She's always kind of very honest with me, though. Like, Peter, you know, dogs don't live forever. And, I mean, he's almost 13 and a half, and he's an older dog, and I don't know, the whole thing makes me very sad. But, like, Alex was, like, holding him and crying. And I think PB could kind of tell that something was going on. And that's when I was like, babe, we have to kind of enjoy each day that we have with him, you know, and just, and he's like, I know. But, you know, PP is like, was Alex's, like, I mean, he had dogs growing up, a couple. They were like family dogs. Like, PP was his dog, you know. He got him as a birthday present from his ex. And PP was 2 when I met him, you know. And even though I spend like every minute with PP throughout the day, and he's my best friend in the entire world, it's like, I mean, he, you know, was really like Alex's first dog alone, you know, that he had. And but he's also been there like the entirety of our relationship, you know, almost all 11, well, we've been together almost 11 years. He's been there the whole time. I remember the first time I met little PP. I went over to Alex's house to pick him up, and he was like changing in the bathroom, and so he was like, here, just hang out in my bedroom. It was at his mom's house. He had just come back, moved back up from Bloomington, and I was like sitting up against the wall. Alex had a mattress like on the floor, and I was sitting up against the wall, like just like looking at my phone or something, and he had like his blanket. Of course, Alex doesn't like to make his bed, so he still to this day likes to get into an unmade bed, which is so funny because tonight, like, I washed all of the linens and the sheets and everything, the bedding, and So Alex was like, because I was going to my meeting, he's like, is there anything that you need me to do? And I was like, if you could just like take the sheets and stuff and put them in the dryer, because he had laundry in the dryer. And I was like, just change it out and like put the sheets back on the bed. I'd really appreciate it. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And so I went upstairs and he was like, we have like white sheets that we don't like use very often. And they're like nicer sheets. And he had like made the bed like so nice and so comfy and perfect. He's like, here, it's really nice for you when you come home tonight. I was like, oh, thank you, sweetie. I love to get into a really nice made bed, like a hotel room. But I was sitting on his bed, and I had like my back up against like the wall, and I was like waiting for him to get ready. I was just like sitting there like going to my phone or something. And he had like this blanket like in a pile. Alex still has this. It's like a duvet cover over like a comforter, a down comforter, and he still has it. And all of a sudden, like Pee-Pee like shot out of the blanket. He had been like underneath there sleeping. He like shot out of the blanket, like went down the hall, came back in, and like darted up into the bed and like looked at me and then like shot back out. And it was so funny. And that was like my first introduction to the little guy, you know? And then like when Alex and I were dating, and you know, Alex would come and stay with me most of the nights, so right away, like we stayed together, you know, and he would bring Pee-Pee over, and you know, Pee-Pee was 2. Pee-Pee was so much smaller then. He was so little. And he didn't have any gray or white hair on him. My very first picture with Pee-Pee is, I think it's my first picture with Pee-Pee. We took him through Starbucks, and he got a little pup cup full of whipped cream. And I have a picture of that. I still have it in my phone. So, we're hopeful. We're trying to stay positive about it. Inviting any prayers and positivity would be great. I appreciate it. You guys are always so nice about all that stuff. Okay, I have to tell you a funny story really quick to transition to something else. When I was on my way to my meeting tonight, I was like on my way over here, and there was a police officer next to me. He was very attractive police officer too, but I was like sitting there, and I had like my sunglasses on and stuff, and I was just sitting and I had my fanny pack in my lap, and he was looking over at me, and he was like really like stern, like he was like looking at me like I was doing something wrong, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just sitting there, right? And he just kind of like looked at me, and so I like looked over, and I was like, so I pulled this out of my bag, and I looked over at him, and I went, and he started laughing. He like hit the steering wheel. Anyway, there were a lot of people at the meeting tonight that are like old timers that were there when I got sober and I came in, and you know, I look around the room at these like men and women who really helped me develop my character, you know. I got kind of teary-eyed. I was sharing about how my old sponsor, you know, I would walk into a room, and like my social anxiety is so bad that when I walk into a room, I struggle because I like look at the ground. Like I have a hard time holding my head up high. And he used to like, when I would walk into a room, he'd go literally like go like this with my head, and he'd say, you put your head up high. You're a person of character today, you know? And he was really the person that taught me that. And I was sharing how like, you know, sobriety is so much about not drinking and not, you know, using, but it's also about growing up. Like I grew up in recovery and in the rooms of recovery, and with those people that taught me how to make my bed, clean my apartment, you know, like be responsible, return phone calls, suit up, show up, things like that, you know, which I'm not a perfect example of that. I mean, I could always do better, but like they're the ones that, you know, it's like I remember when my mom passed away, the first 20 or 30 people that came through the door at her viewing were all people from my home group, you know, that I didn't even know. I found out later Tanya and my other good friend like had called and emailed everybody and let them know that my mom had passed away, and was like, this is the time of the viewing and everybody should be there and we're gonna all go in together. And they all came in together, and I just was like so emotionally overwhelmed. And that was like one of the things I was taught early on, you know, is that one of ours is going through something, you support them. Well, whenever somebody's going through something, you support them emotionally, you know? You just show up, no questions asked. And, you know, I'm not the finest example of a human being in the entire world, but I aim to be a better person on a daily basis. I'm definitely a better person than I was 24 and a half years ago, and I'm definitely more open to change and open to learning than I was back then. I'm more open to change than I was 6 months or a year ago, and I'm definitely more open to change and, you know, growth experiences than I was 5 or 10 years ago, let alone 24 years ago, 24 and a half years ago. I was like a wild child, you know, and that's not who I am today. You know, I can say today that I'm a good son and a good friend and a good husband, and, you know, I mean, like, in those areas that I fall short in that, just say short, those areas that I fall short in that, you know, I look at and I inventory and I say, how can I be a better friend? Like, what areas do I need to be a better friend that I'm falling short in, you know? What areas can I be a better son or a better husband or a better son-in-law or brother-in-law, or, you know what I mean, or uncle or whatever? Like, there's a lot of areas that I need to work on. But I think today I'm not, you know, unwilling to do that. Like, I'm open to doing those things. I always feel so just like spiritual and full of life when I leave a meeting. I always feel so good. I guess that's kind of the idea, right? But my home group meeting, we split up into small groups, and like the group that I split up into tonight was like all people that, well, the majority of the people that were in there were people that I've been going to meetings with for 20 years, you know, and they formed a lot of who I am, and I'm so thankful to them, you know. It was 90 when I left for the meeting, I think, and it's 80 degrees now. It dropped 10 degrees. I gotta go to the grocery store and get Alex marinara sauce. And then I think Sarah is coming over. And they're gonna hang out for a little bit. I think she had a date tonight or something that fell through. I love just sitting on my patio now with the flowers out there. I needed to show that in a vlog. Tomorrow I need to go through everything I've been sent, and then I need to show my patio and the flowers and all that kind of stuff. Do you crack your knuckles? I know it's bad, you're not supposed to do that. I've done it for so long. I'm kind of craving water. I didn't have any coffee at the meeting. I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't have anything to drink at the meeting. I didn't take this in. I filled my tank up last night for $2.64 cents, I think. And over here, I'm literally like 3 or 4 blocks from where I filled it up. Here, it's $2.85. What is it over here? Across the street, $2.85. 20 cents more. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. Yeah, let's twist again. Here, I'm gonna let Tom and Jane pass me by. Come on, girl. Do you ever know, like, when you're, like, driving with somebody and you're trying to, like, let them pass you by and they, like, really don't get what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm passing you by because we're almost to your house. She just looked. I know what she's going to say when she gets in the car. You need to get your car washed. I haven't had my car washed since I got it. Like, that is bad. I need to go get it washed. Let's twist again. I can't believe I'm getting my vlog done early tonight. Oh my lord. Does that mean I'll go to bed early? Will I read on the patio? Oh my God, I'm like all into this whole podcast thing now. And thank you to everybody that has been leaving me podcast suggestions on my vlog and on my main channel, because I mentioned it on my main channel. And so all these people are giving me podcast suggestions, and now I'm screwed. Because every podcast already has like 100 episodes. So it's like, how do you go back in time and listen to all these, you know, podcasts? I'm like, ugh. So, but I know I'm going to fall down the rabbit hole of podcasts now. So if you have podcast suggestions, put them in the comment section below. I would like really scary podcasts is what I would really like to listen to, because you know I love the talk radio stuff anyway. So it's such a pretty evening out. I kind of have the feeling it's going to rain tomorrow though. I was thinking I would get up early and maybe go to the pool, because I haven't gone to the pool really at all this year, and get some sun. And then maybe if I wanted to make videos later, it's either completely clear outside or it's cloudy. I can't tell, although I can see the moon. The moon is like right there. It's beautiful tonight. So, well, I'm almost to Tanya Jean, so I'm going to get off here, and I will be back in just a little while. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Why does it do that? Every time I start it, it won't, like, focus. I'm leaving the grocery store. I just went and got Alex's marinara sauce. And now I am headed home. He and Sarah are sitting on the patio. Tanya and I went and drove around, caught up. I haven't got to see her a whole lot in the last week because her grandkids were here visiting. They left this morning. She was telling me all about everything that they did. We were just kind of catching up. We were talking about Stranger Things and how much we loved it, and how much it reminded us of summers, and we were talking about all the stuff that we used to do in the summer. Even though it's dropped to 10 degrees, it is still really hot outside. People were at the grocery store and they were getting ice cream and all kinds of stuff. Grocery store was kind of busy for 10:35 at night. I took a shower, washed and conditioned my hair, and then threw a hat on. So this is what my hair looks like with hat hair. Hi. I remember back in the day, like when I was in high school and stuff, I never really wore hats. And before I got sober, I don't really remember when I started wearing hats. I got a John Deere trucker hat. I don't remember when I got it, but like, I wore it literally all the time. I mean, I still have it. But it doesn't, like, since I've gained so much weight, it doesn't like fit my head well anymore. And I like lost it one time at this Pride Festival thing. I like freaked, and this girl found it. But anyway, and then after that I started wearing other hats. But since I found these D-squared hats, they fit my head the best. They're my favorites. I kind of like get a hat and then I just like wear it until I stop wearing hats. Oh, I know. Then I started wearing those Ultra hats. And when I started on YouTube, that pink Ultra hat, that's the hat that I wore like all the time, but then it got really dirty. Now I have those Ultra hats in pink, green, orange, black. I don't wear those a lot though. Those are like trucker hats, like real trucker hats. And then I think I wore those until last August when we were in Las Vegas for our anniversary, and I found the Icon hat that was corduroy, and I had actually seen on the guy that owns Sir with Lisa Vanderpump. I follow him on Twitter or on Instagram, and he's got really cool style, and he had the Icon hat on. And I knew it was D-squared, and so when I saw that they had a D-squared at the Crystal Shopping Mall in Las Vegas, like I wanted to go over there and try it on, because I didn't want to like spend that much on a hat if it didn't fit, and it fit like a glove, and I loved it. And then I was stupid enough to leave it on a plane when I went to Los Angeles in January or February, whenever I went out there. So that was when I bought this hat. And And then I just recently bought the other two because they were on sale, and I actually just bought another one. But it's not, it says something bad on it. It says the F word. It says effing freezing. So, and it's actually corduroy, but the end of it is cut off. So we'll have to see how it looks when it comes, but it was on sale. I think their new, their fall line is going to come out, and I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping that they have some Icon or some kind of hats in there. Their baseball hats don't fit me really well. They don't fit me horribly, but they don't fit me great. They don't fit me like the trucker hats do, like this in the back, you know? So, that's that. I'm ready to go home and just kind of relax for a little bit with them and enjoy my evening. And then I'll come back, I might lay down and rest for an hour or so. My eyes are really tired. I don't know why. I don't know why my eyes are so tired, but when my eyes are tired, it makes me tired. Does that happen to you? I've been sleeping in my contacts a lot. I need to stop that and give my eyes a rest at night and take my contacts out. I have a hair appointment on Thursday. I completely forgot about that. Tanya and I were talking about, we were talking about Stranger Things, and she's like, I'm ready for Wentworth to come back. And I said, Tanya, Wentworth comes back in 2 weeks. She goes, are you kidding me? And I said, no. I said, I was looking to see when Orange is the New Black comes on, and so then I was thinking about that, which it comes back on in like a week and a half. And then I said, and then I found out that Wentworth comes on right after that, and she was like, well, when does Wentworth come on? And I said, Orange is the New Black comes out 1 week, and then Wentworth comes out the exact week after that. And I said, and Booktubeathon is the week before that. So I have Booktubeathon for half a week, then Orange is the New Black starts, which is going to interrupt my Booktubeathon, which is now called Reading Rush. And, because I'll be wanting to watch that instead of reading. I know. I'm going to have to just structure out my time. And then, what did they do here? It's all this, construction on the road. Spitting up rocks and stuff. And then, so I have the Reading Rush starts on Sunday, and I don't know what day of the week. Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or whatever. I think Friday is when, that following Friday is when Orange is the New Black comes out, or maybe it comes out the Friday before. I don't think so, though, because that would be the 19th. No, it comes out the following Friday. And then Wentworth comes out the Friday after that. Is that right? That doesn't feel right. But they're all at the same time. And then I also want to watch You. Somebody said in the comment sections that it has a second season coming up really soon. So I'm excited about that, if that's true. If I can get into it and really enjoy it, you know? I still have this stupid canker sore inside my mouth. I bought the medicine and I haven't even really used it. I guess it probably wouldn't go away if I'm not using the medicine. I really notice it when I'm doing videos during the day. So much at night, vlogging, I don't really notice it. But when I'm doing videos and I'm talking fast, I really notice it because my lisp really comes out. And it's I'm trying to talk around it, and it drives me nuts. And sometimes I bite right into the side of my mouth. Anyway, silly little problems of the world. But right now, closing my mouth, I can feel it, right there. Indianapolis in the summer, I swear, it's just constant construction. Is it like that where you live too? I'm so over it. It's construction to make, the roads are not that bad either. It's to make the roads better and to make them 5 lanes instead of 2 so we can get places faster. We're always always needing to get somewhere fast and speed up time. And it's funny, you see a lot of when I was younger, I'd see older people just driving around, having a Sunday drive or whatever. And I'd be come on, I got somewhere to go, I'm in a hurry, you know? As you get older, you realize you're not really in that much of a hurry to get anywhere. You know what I mean? You'll get there when you get there, kind of. I mean, not about being late to places, but if it's something that you're just going out to dinner or whatever, it's we're always in such a hurry to get places, and it's it's just not that, deep. Being productive is carpool cool. I'm reading the billboards over here. Furniture, home furnishings. No, thank you. Don't care for your furnishings. Defense for your devices. I don't know what that means. I'm kind of like at an angle. It's like one of those that switches, you know? So I can only say, being productive is carpool cool. Commuter connect. This girl over here is like literally on her phone like this. Rock on, gold dust woman. I wore this polo shirt tonight. Well, it's not really a polo shirt. It's like a Lacoste shirt that I bought that was on sale. I wore it and a pair of jeans and then my Birkenstocks. And I'm ready to get home and put on some sweatshorts and a t-shirt. Imagine if I had to wear like a suit every day. I remember when I would go on vacations with my dad and we would go to places like where we would go like, you know, like little charter boat things for the day, like the catamarans or whatever. And you'd see those guys and they always had like longer hair and their hair was like, you know, all like blondie, like sun blonde, and then they're like, you know, super tan, like so like past being tan, it's like they're almost like their skin's like leather. And I'm like, they're wearing like bathing suits and t-shirts and they just like take their t-shirt off and throw it in the corner, you know. And I can remember thinking to myself, like, that is like the perfect like job that you can just, you know, go barefoot all day long and throw your t-shirt into a corner or whatever. It's still out tonight. In the still of the night. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I mean, it is 11:15 and most people have things to do tomorrow, so I'm not surprised that it's kind of dead out. When I was a kid, though, like, we were always, like, out on the street corner, like, not street corner, we were, like, out in the cul-de-sac, you know, like, playing for hours. Like, I mean, until it was, like, bedtime, we were, like, out in the cul-de-sac. I wonder, like, what time we finally came in. Because I do remember, like, every night, like, taking a bath, putting on my shorty pajamas, and then, like, reading until my mom came in and, like, she would read a story to me, or we would listen to, like, an old-time radio tape. And then she would watch like a movie or something, or the nightly news, and then a movie, and stay up. So I wonder what time I was in bed by. I don't feel like I went to bed super early as a kid. I mean, it wasn't like, I wasn't in bed by like 7. I think my parents always let me stay up kind of later, like 10. I always have had a hard time going to sleep. Like, I just don't go to sleep like really early well. Like, I've always had a hard time doing that. The night. Do you ever just like the sounds that a car makes? But it's like here, like these people all have like huge yards. It's like not one person is out, and like honestly, you can't even see. Like there's no lights on inside. It's like everybody's asleep. Do people really go to bed at 10:45? I mean, I know you guys are probably like, yes, Peter, that's late for a lot of people. Is it late? Is 10:45 late? I feel like it's not that late. Especially like when we were in the summer, we were always like walking down the street, just like talking. You'd stop in somebody's yard and just like sit there and talk for a while and like pull on the grass. Do you remember that, like as a kid? The only time we'd go in is for like lunch and dinner. We were outside always. Come on, gate. Well, all right, I'm almost home, so I'm gonna get off here now. And yeah, I will be back in just a little while. I'm probably gonna lay down and take a nap, so it'll probably be 3 o'clock in the morning or something. People are always like, I'm new to this. Does Peter get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and vlog? Yes, that's basically it. It's not, it's not super exciting. It's not super deep. That's kind of my life. Anyway, I'll be back in just a little while. Bye. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. As you might be able to see, it is the morning. And, yeah. I took a little bit of a nap, like a 12-hour nap. So I got home. It's crazy. All these people are like going up to play tennis at the tennis courts. But anyway, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this vlog, and then I'm going to... So this is the vlog. I don't want to confuse anybody. This is the end of the vlog from Tuesday, okay? And what happened was I went home and hung out with Alex and Sarah. They were sitting on the patio, and then I watched a little bit of an episode of Girls Incarcerated, and then I laid down at like 10:30. And I was like, I'm just gonna listen to, or I'm just gonna sleep for like a half an hour, and then I'm gonna go vlog. And I was like, laying there, and then Alex came upstairs with the dogs, and he was going to bed, and I completely fell asleep. And I woke up, and it was like, I don't know, it was like 3:30, 2:30, or 3:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to lay here. I'm so comfortable. So I was like, I am just gonna stay in bed. And the next thing I know, I woke up and Alex was giving me a kiss goodbye, and he was going to work. And it was 9:30, and it is now 9:51. So I got up and I took the dogs outside. And I'm actually going to Meijer right now to go get some more Cheese Whiz, because look at this shirt that I have, I found, that I purchased to wear to Dominican Republic like forever ago and never even wore it. I'm going to get some Cheese Whiz for Pee-Pee's medicine, and yeah, that's about my life. And then I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to upload the vlog, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start making videos for today, and then I'm also going to start today's vlog. So as soon as I finish this vlog, I'm going to literally start tomorrow's vlog. So you'll see this shirt. I think I'm going to start it by getting a coffee. Won't that be fun? So anyway, yeah, that's really all that's really about all I have to say. I had a nice sleep. I don't know what else to say other than that. Whenever I sleep, like, whenever I say, like, oh, I slept straight through the night, or if I go to bed at, like, 9:30 or 10:30, and then I get up, and I'm like, oh, I'm up for the day, or whatever, people are like, I get a lot of comments from people saying, well, that's normal, why wouldn't you do that, or blah, 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 whatever, right? But it really actually isn't, like, doesn't work well with my schedule, because this is what will happen. And so, okay, now I'm up at 9:30, right? And my husband works late tonight, so I will go home, and I have some stuff I have to do this afternoon, but I'll be done with everything now by, like, 1 or 2, okay? Alex doesn't get home until 7 or 8. So, like, I just sit there, like, and I don't really enjoy the daytime as much as I enjoy the evening time. So then what ends up happening is, I'll probably go and take a nap, like a long nap in the afternoon. So it, you know, I'm actually really more productive if I go to bed later. And I always have. I've always gone to bed late, you know? Although there was a very short period of my life, I think there's a difference between going to bed late and, like, because sometimes I go to bed early, you know, it just depends. But there was a very short period of my life where I worked third shift, and, you know, where I would go in at 11, and I would get off at 7, and when I say short, I mean like a month or two, and it about killed me. And you would have thought that I would love it because I'm like a night owl, but it didn't work. 7 is late. Like, I don't ever stay up. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say ever, but I can't remember the last time that I went to bed, like, after 7. Especially, like, when you work, like, a third shift, and you get off at 7, and then you get home. You know, whenever I, like, talk to the people that work at, like, the gas stations and stuff that I go to, I'll be like, oh, what time do you get off? And they'll be like, oh, 6 or 7. And I'm like, do you go to bed as soon as you get home? And they're like, no, I can't fall asleep right away. And that was like what it was that I could never fall asleep like right away, you know? So I would be like up, you know? I think that's partly it. I can't kind of tell if it's going to be a hazy day or if it's going to be a nice day. It's 82 degrees right now. I'm wearing these sunglasses because the other day when I wore my other sunglasses, a couple people were like, don't wear those sunglasses ever again. I can see the traffic as you're driving. It's these sunglasses everybody was talking about. Where are they at? These. That have them. See, they're like mirrored sunglasses. I always think about going to this bagel place called Bagel Fair. I drove by it not too long ago in my vlog, and I always think, what's the camera? I always think, oh, I should go to Bagel Fair if I'm up early, because they're only open certain hours. But now that I'm up, I'm not really in the mood for Bagel Fair. Isn't that funny? They do have good bagels. Bagels make me so tired. Well, I did start the magic book. I didn't talk about that earlier, I don't think, did I? I started the magic book. I think it's going to be like one of those, like, hot, humid, muggy, cloudy days today. That's what it looks like. When I was taking the dogs outside, it looked like it was going to be really, really sunny and pretty, but I don't think that it's going to be now. Like a bird on a wire. Did you guys ever see that movie, Like a Bird on a Wire? Or The Bird on a Wire? I love that movie. With Goldie Hawn and, why can't I think of his name? People used to always say I looked like him when he was younger. I never saw that. But, not that I would turn down that compliment. I think he's good looking. What's that guy's name? Why can't I think of what his name is? Shoot. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Why can't I think of his name? It's kind of like dead outside. Like you'd think at like 10 o'clock in the morning it wouldn't be so. I was thinking about coming over to this jewelry store, and I can't remember what I was wanting to come over to this jewelry store now. I've been wanting to get like a gold coin necklace, but like a legit, like a nice one. And I thought, why don't I just go to a jewelry store and like see what they have? So I'm thinking about maybe doing that. like all my meditation books out. I grabbed them all, and then I was like, I'm going to do them when I get back. I'm gonna vlog from here to Meyer, and then oh shoot, I had something I needed to mail. And then I'm gonna vlog, and then God, Panera Bread is packed. Who goes there for breakfast? Who knew? And then I'm going to, what am I trying to say? I'm gonna vlog. I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna vlog from here to the Meyer. And then I'm gonna start vlogging my day early today. It's kind of hard to see me, isn't it? Hide and seek. Gas up here is $2.84. Last night it was $2.85. I got it for like $2.65 the day before. That's crazy, isn't it? How much it fluctuates. I'd like to go to the bookstore today too. I've been in the bookstore for a while. You know what is crazy is that even though I have slept like 11 hours or something like that, right? I, true story, could go home and go right back to bed. Do you think that's crazy? I think that's crazy. My mom used to love that restaurant, Bonefish Grill. It's not one of my favorite restaurants. Well, I don't eat fish. I never really have. My mom used to love fish. She used to make like orange roughy and salmon when I was growing up as a kid, and the smell in the kitchen would about make me sick to my stomach. Are you guys fish people? Okay, so I have all these plants on the front patio. And like when you come up our walk, like I have like the table kind of in the corner, and so everything's kind of like a little bit off. Like it's not like right front and center when you walk up. Because if you do, it's like everything's too much. Well, I walked out up there tonight or today. Like I noticed last night when I came in, I was like, something seems off, and I couldn't really figure it out. Alex had like taken all of my plants and like moved everything so that when you're walking up the patio, it's like front and center, because everything for him has to be like really aligned like that. But the problem is it leaves like 4 feet to the right, which there's nothing there because it's like the front I mean, it's not like you're gonna go walk over there and do anything, right? It's the front patio. To the left is like the door. So you're really taking away a lot of this room. Like you're literally like walking through this little area to get from like the door to the walkway, just so that it can look like completely like perfect when you walk up there. So of course I moved everything back because I was like, this is driving me nuts. Plus I'm the only one that sits out here. That girl is driving this gorgeous BMW convertible. That would be a fun car to drive in the summer. So I didn't listen to any podcasts. I didn't listen to any audiobooks last night. I didn't listen to anything last night. I almost was like, did I forget my wallet and I have to get Cheese Whiz? The Cheese Whiz really works. PP really, really likes it. So if you have a dog that you have to give medicine to, I have to go pick up this new medicine today. I literally, you just put the medicine on the counter and put Cheese Whiz over it, and he just licks it right up. It's crazy. And he loves it. You know how there's that convertible. You know how I've been having like really vivid dreams and nightmares and stuff? I slept straight through the night. I don't remember one nightmare, one dream that I had last night. It's crazy. Not a one. I looked at the weather. It's not supposed to rain, but it kind of looks like really cloudy, like it's going to. I'd like to have a really fun convertible, or I don't regret getting a Jeep Wrangler, I will say that. Like, I love Jeep Wranglers. I mean, every time I see one, I think, oh, they're so cute. But I don't regret getting one. I mean, when I was looking at them, I mean, for me, speaking of which, let me turn on my vented seats. I much rather have kind of like the bells and whistles that I wouldn't have gotten, because the what do you call it? Jeep Wrangler that I could have afforded wouldn't have been with all of that. And this is just a smoother ride. But I will, there's a Jeep Wrangler as I'm speaking and passing one. But they're really cute, you know? I mean, I told Alex, he said, you would never own one. And I said, oh yeah, I would definitely own one. I said, I would love to have it as like a second car. You know, like if I could afford to have a second car. And he goes, well, I'll let you drive mine when I get mine. He's just waiting for his lease to be up so that he can get one. I think his lease is up in January. And then he's gonna lease like a brand new Jeep Wrangler. But he really likes his car now, so. I don't know, I think a Jeep Wrangler would be fun. I heard they're not great on mileage. I will say this Jeep Cherokee is great on mileage. Like, I was filling my Ford Escape up. I mean, I know it's a larger tank too, but I was filling my Ford Escape up like every, you know, I was filling it 2 to 3 times a week. And this Cherokee, I'm filling up once, maybe twice a week if I'm driving a lot, like, you know, to the north side to go to a lot of meetings. And I mean, it has to be a lot driving for me to fill it up twice a week. And it was costing me before, it was costing me like $25 to $30 to fill up my tank before, and now it costs me like $60. So I mean, I guess the money is about the same. But, well, it didn't cost me $60 the other day. It cost me like 50 something, 53 I think it was. So I'm saving a little bit of money. Now all of a sudden I have that song by Tracy Chapman, Fast Car, in my head. I don't know why. Won't have to drive too far. I have my coffee mug. I'm so ready for my coffee. Are you guys ready for me to get coffee? Somebody said in my vlog the other day, they said my favorite part of your day is when you get coffee. The best part of waking up is Peter at Starbucks. Well, I guess I should get off here now, because I don't really have anything else to say. And I'm going to upload this vlog as soon as I get home, so hopefully you guys will get an early vlog today. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to put my other memory card in here so I can give you guys a longer vlog, since this one was a shorter and I fell asleep and it was stupid. And so yeah, so I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. Unless you have other plans, but don't have other plans. Enjoy the day. It's going to be a great day, and make the most of it. Do something fun, do something exciting. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you! And pass it on to somebody else and tell somebody else. We all need to hear it every day of our lives. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.